Hawker Hurricanes, manufactured at the Canadian Car & Foundry in Canada, had a multifaceted role during World War II.
They served all over the place. The first batch that went over flew in the Battle of Britain.
In its entire production, the British saw the Canadians built the Mark 10, the Mark 11, and the Mark 12 Hurricane. One version is interesting. Canadian-built Hurricanes were shipped to Halifax and mounted on ships.
It was a variant of the Hurricane called the Hurricat. The airplane itself would be mounted on a large rail on the ship, and the aircraft would only be launched if there were an imminent threat to that particular ship or to the convoy. There was a solid rocket-fueled booster which would fire it off the end of this rail, and the Hawker Hurricane would go and defend the convoy.
The Hurricats were only flown by volunteer pilots.
The complication here, of course, is that you're probably out in the middle of the ocean with nowhere to land. The tactics here were to simply abandon the airplane at the end of the combat. Hopefully you'll have sunk a submarine or shot down some enemy bombers, but the pilot's kind of on his own after that. You've done your job, thanks very much, bail out and we'll hopefully fish you out of the ocean.
There was a total of only 8 Hurricat launches. 8 aircraft and 1 pilot were lost for 8 German aircraft destroyed and 1 damaged. The thick wings of the Hawker Hurricane made for a sturdy gun platform. The hitting power of the Hawker Hurricane made it versatile in a range of operations.
Some of them were fitted with tropical air filters and they went to North Africa and flew in the desert. Some of them went to India and they flew in Burma against the Japanese.
British and Canadian-built Hawker Hurricanes were sent to Russia to aid in their war effort as well, under the Lend-Lease program. And the Russians loved the airplane. It was sturdy, it was rugged, it could absorb a lot of battle damage, and you could mount large weapons on the airplane, which the Russians just loved.
They had one which was called a tank buster, where they had a cannon fitted underneath. It could blast tanks.
Later in World War II, it was adapted to land on aircraft carriers as well. A hook was put on the back to catch the cables to stop it when it landed on an aircraft carrier.
The famous Hawker Hurricane, a Second World War fighter that achieved glory on many theaters of operations during the war.